right? So if you're working out right now and you're comfortable with what you're doing with your current, I don't know what you call it, programming, then now is the time to really dial that up, right? At some point, you're going to turn 40 and start to feel things a little bit more than you used to. At some point, you're going to turn 60 and you're not going to be able to have the same mobility that you probably had before. Doesn't mean you won't have the same muscle mass. At some point, you're going to turn 80 and things are going to get a little more difficult getting in and out of your sports car or your big truck. So to prepare now is to really push the envelope of what you think you're capable of. That's your press. Through creating consistency, through building community, all these require effort. That doesn't just happen. You don't just find yourself in a great community. You got to go find it and build it. Also, this is your time to lean into coaching and counsel. You can be like the normal couple, like I mentioned before, that gets to wintertime, is in the midst of winter for 7 years on the verge of losing everything and decide, oh, now we need counsel. No.
This is the guy in wintertime that's trying to prepare. He's in survival mode, making desperate decisions.
Yeah. This is a guy where war is headed your way. The other tribe is coming to kill your tribe. And you go, oh, maybe I should swing this sword. Maybe I should sharpen it. Maybe I should try to figure out how to use it.
Maybe I should get a sword.
Maybe I should get a sword. Yeah. Will somebody teach me, even though they're showing up tomorrow? It's too late.
Yeah.
Not that you can't persevere through some of those difficult seasons, but if you wait till that point, it'll be 100x more difficult, require 100x more of your effort, and you'll lose so much of yourself if you wait to prepare in wintertime. You just can't do it. So number 2 is to press, to do what you know to do.
Yep. And then do it consistently. We were talking about this offline, and I think so many salespeople run into this, where they have a good, strong spring, summer, fall season. They've got a great harvest. They start something new. They're highly energized, excited. They make their first 100 grand. They're doing really well. And then they take their foot off the gas, and they forget that winter is right around the corner. And so they stop doing the things that worked in the beginning, the minimum viable effort. And so they stop knocking on doors. They stop nurturing their pipeline. They stop doing the personal development. They stop listening to podcasts. They stop doing the extra mile. And then all of a sudden, winter is 10 times worse. Same thing for the guys that pursued and romanced and dated their woman in the beginning, and then 5 years into the relationship, they're wondering, where's the fire? Why did she just serve me divorce papers? What's going on?
Didn't see that coming.
Knucklehead.
Yeah, because you've had your eyes other places. I love that you said that. As a former roofer, I've experienced this, that 90% of roofers live the life that you just talked about. We live in Dallas, so we get these little ice rocks that fall from the sky called hail. And so we typically have good hail seasons in the springtime and in the fall, actually. And roofers go they go straight into feast mode. You have guys that, made 40 or 50,000 a year that are now making 150, 250,000 a year over the course of maybe 6 months. And they gobble it up. They go buy the big truck, they buy the boat, they take the vacations, they buy the nicer clothes they couldn't afford before. So you have all this group of guys who are very successful during a short point of the year. And then you have them, they go from feast in the summertime till, again, 99% of roofers are in absolute famine from November to February. They can't pay their credit cards. They can't pay their mortgages. Cars are the trucks are getting picked up by the repo man. Like all these things hit. And the crazy thing is it happens every single year. These same guys go through the same difficulties every single year because they don't choose to be focused on the seed, right? The fruit can come easy during springtime, summertime, and fall time. And being an American, a lot of our fruit is GMO'd, which means they breed the seeds out of it. And we can so easily, Erin, in our life, be focused on, man, life is going well, fruit's flowing, my marriage is good, my kids are okay, my finances are rolling in easy, the sales gig's rolling for me. And we forget that there's supposed to be a seed inside of that, right? So if we gobble up the fruit and throw the seed in the trash, then we forget what we're supposed to be sowing during wintertime and preparing for the upcoming year. So be very mindful of the good things that you have in your life. Don't just gobble up your own fruit. Don't just eat what you have right in front of you, but prepare for a winter that's coming. So set aside the money that you need to prepare. I don't know what the average numbers are, but 10 grand, 20 grand, 30 grand in your savings account is not a bad thing to have. Also make your investments now, right? The market will always shift. But there's a given 8 to 10% return across the board for folks that invest. So if you've never done that, now's the time to invest. Regardless of what the season looks like financially, get in the investing marketplace. But do it now. Don't wait till it's wintertime. If you wait till it's wintertime, you'll have nothing to invest, right? So it's just a great thing to be aware of and to press into those items.
Love that.
Last one we have, so we talked about prepare. We talked about press, do what you need to do. The last thing that we really need to hone in on as men is how to hold fast.
That's good.
How to hold fast. What I like about this from a naval perspective, if you've ever been on a old school type clipper ship, holding fast doesn't mean, hey, the storm's coming, there's big waves, everyone grab a rail and hold on. Hold fast means in the midst of the storm, you are continually having to retighten down your sails.
Maintain the trajectory.
Maintain the trajectory. You're actually having to hold fast to the direction you're going in, not hold fast to the vessel.
Yeah.
Right? So as we enter a literal winter time, and depending on how the political election works this year, we're going to have to hold fast to what we're doing, and that's in the financial market. But hold fast is to remember that there's seed inside that fruit that you're going to need for wintertime.
It's good.
Great marriages are great fruit, but again, remember the seed. Erin, you talked about it. The same amount of effort that you took and romance that it took in your dating, engagement, and honeymoon phase of your relationship is what you're going to have to sow, if not more, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years down the road. And that's you holding fast
To the direction that
you said you want to go in.
Yep. It's good. So good. 3 points, guys, write that down. This is how you plan for the winters that are coming and maintain your energy, your effort, and a positive attitude. First, you need to prepare. That's vision, values, victories. Stack those wins. Be aware of devices. You're pressing into the group, the environment, the surroundings, the things that you know work, and you're doing it consistently. You're pressing, even when you're winning, especially when you're winning. And you're holding fast through that winter season to the direction and the vision that you said is important.
Very important, very important. You talked about, and these are the hows. So for men that you want to be successful, you have a need to be respected, and you're going to have to be successful in these areas of your life. How does that happen? One, that's having great awareness, right? Quit living a life where you allow blind spots to live in your life. The reason they're called blind spots, Erin, is because you can't see them. So you have to be able to take the complaints that your wife is giving you and not